So we're back on the Missouri River after a week or so away. Really cool here. So on April 7th, when the Lewis and Clark expedition left the Mandan, they were now headed to an area where no white folks had ever been before. This, in Lewis's mind, the expedition started now. People had always gone up to where the Mandan were, a lot of trappers and stuff, but now this is completely unexplored land for any European or an American. And so the men were incredibly excited to get going. As they did, Sacagawea proved already very useful. She would, when they'd be in camp, she would dig up roots that she knew were edible. She would find wild artichokes and all sorts of things, food that they needed, because the hunters were having trouble finding food because the Mandan and the Hidatsa were hunting so many buffalo in that area that they had scared off a lot of the wildlife. You had to kind of get away from them first before you're going to be able to find a lot of wildlife. But Captain Lewis was so excited about this historic opportunity and what was about to happen as they ventured into the unknown, like few people have ever been able to do in the world. And I just want to read to you from his journals what he said. We're not sure the exact date, but it's sometime around April 10th, April 11th, as they were just setting out. He said, "Our vessels consisted of 6 small canoes and 2 large pirogues. This little fleet, although not quite so respectable as those of Columbus or Captain Cook, were still viewed by us with as much pleasure as those deservedly famed adventurers ever beheld theirs, and I dare say with quite as much anxiety for their safety and preservation. We are now about to penetrate a country at least 2,000 miles in width, on which the foot of civilized man had never trodden. The good or evil it had in store for us was for experiment yet to determine, and these little vessels contained every article by which we were to expect to subsist or defend ourselves. I could but esteem this moment of my departure as among the most happy of my life."